We got a little beauty here. Check him out. He's gone. I'm not sure what kind of snake that was. Alright, fast forward. What is up, people? It's nighttime now. And seems like tonight's gonna be a pretty nice night. It's not too windy, not too cold. I got the generator fired up. And welcome to my crib. This is how I live when I'm out here working on my place as much as I can. I love being here. So got the generator. I like to run it on the back side of the house and run an extension around on a night like tonight where we got a possibility of rain and sprinkles here and there. I set up a tarp so to keep the rain off. I don't want it to get wet and possibly malfunction. Right now I got the couch set up. I like to set it up like this so I can relax, nice and relaxing. Over here, it's just mainly a storage area, clothes, this and that. Here I got me a bag full of groceries, nice. Got my water right here, can't live without it. Old school ceramic dispenser, these are really cool. Got the phone on the charger. Got my heater going. You gotta have a heater out here, it gets really cold. And for now, this is doing the job. It was given to me for Christmas by my sister, so I'm really appreciate that. It's really doing a great job. As you can see, these modern heaters kind of have this tube heat source going on. The only one I've seen better that might be better than this, it has two of them on each side, but this produces a good amount of heat. So as you can see, I just kind of got some bookshelves in here. I made this shelf right here behind me, and we got that all painted up. That's on top of the sink that wasn't really working, wasn't using. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's all good. I got a different kind of sink outside, so yeah, this is how we're doing it right here. If you choose to live in a pop-up, you got to reinforce it for the high winds, because that's definitely an issue, and these things aren't really designed to withstand the full force of the wind we get out here. Like I can't really exaggerate it enough that it gets really windy, it gets really bad, so you got to take a couple steps. One of those things is cut a piece of wood on this side all the way down, running up to the roof here to reinforce it. Okay, just measure that, boom, cut it, wedge it in there. The front door, it was really blowing around too much. It was kind of violent at times, opening and closing, so got to reinforce it a little bit. I took some measurements, cut some excess plywood I had, and drilled it on there, pre-drilled the holes, and boom, smacked that on there. And it's been a lot more wind resistant and insulates better, definitely. Over here I got another little accessory light. This is a lizard light, but another wood 2x4 wedged up, holding this corner in. I made this shelf. This is my first piece of homestead furniture. It was all recycled wood, so all wood scraps that I either found here and there, and most of this particle board, plywood, OSB came from the roof when I trimmed it, so definitely put that to good use. And as another little measure to reinforce it, I add a couple of these 2x6 cuts just wedged in the top right there to hold in this corner, because it was still flopping around before I put those in, but now the roof doesn't really give much back and forth. It'll get windy and part of the tent will be flapping around, so that'll kind of create some noise, but you know, you get used to it, it's not too bad. And what you can't see is on the outside. I wedged in a piece of 2x6 that goes right in the middle all the way down. So the only corner I haven't really supported would be this one over here, which would be next if I decide it needs it. But you know, they're not really designed for high wind, and in addition to that, it's got some age on it. So you know, you gotta accept what you're working with. It's probably better to go with the hard side if you can get one for pretty cheap, but soft side pop-up tent is just as good. If you probably find these cheaper at times. I never actually camped in a pop-up tent before I got this one. It was always in a regular tent, and I'm like, you know, that gets old really quick, and bending down to get dressed, not being able to stand straight up. When I finally got around to this thing and making the deal, it was like a godsend. I had it in the back of my mind that this was the plan, and together with this and a generator and a piece of land, I can make my dreams happen. So that's what, you know, I went for, and ultimately it's working out. So like I said, I generate my own electricity for the time being. I had 2 generators. One was really loud, it was a contractor one, and then I got another one that is dual fuel, gasoline and propane. I really recommend you go with a propane generator, because dealing with propane is a lot easier than dealing with gasoline. Gasoline, it stinks up the inside of your car, your Jeep. If you don't have a pickup truck, you know, this is an issue that I've encountered. My pickup truck's not quite tip-top yet, but also gasoline, you gotta pour the gasoline into the container, pour that into the generator, and some always spills out in the process. Okay, it gets on your hands, it stinks you up. Whereas with propane, you just drop your tank off, they fill it up, you throw it in the back, and you know, it might have a little smell at first, but it clears up, unlike gasoline, which continuously reeks and it really smells, it gives you a headache, things like that. Propane's just a lot easier, I found. So since then I've gotten rid of my my gasoline only generator, and I'm just rolling with this one. But anyway, yeah, so here's my crib, this is how I live, and you can do it too if you really want to. It's my bed over here. As you can see, I got some really thick blankets, keep me nice and warm. Got a few blankets just posted around the sides to help insulate it a little better. And my favorite nights are when it rains and I hear the rain tapping on my rooftop. It's perfect. It reminds me of my times in Yosemite. So let's see what this couple days has in store for me. Here's that other reinforcement that I mentioned before. So this thing operates with 4 poles that go up, 1 on each side, but yeah, you need to reinforce it. So here's that 2x6. Got it shoved in there the full way, and it's holding up pretty well. So yeah, just a typical day at the homestead, I guess. Cooking some sausage today. I'd like for you to meet my newest friend right here. Got a real beauty. Just caught this little guy. He's got a nice coloration, blue on his back. Oh, man, there he goes. I guess he doesn't want to hang out. He's a little camera shy, you guys. But we'll leave him alone. We'll let him do his thing. Wow, he disappeared in there. I don't see him. Alright, so it's a new day out here. Got a lot of rain today. The storm's coming in. Supposed to get some snow in sometime soon. And I woke up to find out that my roof was still leaking. Henry's Durabrite stuff didn't do the job, so I picked up a couple things of silicone and I removed this little panel right in here and re-stapled it, and I sealed it up with silicone. And on the top as well, because it's in the rain, silicone doesn't sit too well. What I did was I covered it with a tarp, put some rocks on each side to hold it down, and I wiped it, dried it a little bit, and then I went with the silicone and sealed that up. I did that first before I did the inside, and I left the tarp over it, so hopefully it'll dry. It says it takes about half an hour to dry. I'm not sure what time I put it on there, but these are the things you got to deal with when you're when you got a pop-up in a harsh environment. So, you know, keep that in mind. Whew, it's definitely a cold one today, y'all. Man, this storm brought the cold with it. Last night was not too bad, but right now it is pretty freezing in here. So I went and I turned on the power, which I normally don't do during the day, but it's just getting so cold in here. I gotta warm this place up a little bit. I'll give you a peek of what's outside. It's coming down. Alright, so it looks like my silicone's holding up pretty well so far. I should have probably done that the first time like I figured I should, but you know, live and learn. So let's hope that it stays nice and waterproof. I'm gonna get the couch set up and chill and do some video gaming on the Game Boy. Anyway, thanks for watching. You know, this video is just kind of a little bit what it's like to be me and to live this type of life. You know, something always comes up and something always needs to be fixed, and you know, it's not easy really, ever. Every time I got something else I got to do around here. So as long as I keep the inside of this place dry, that's all that really matters. The cabin roof I put on is holding up really well. There's no leaks at all, so I guess that's a certified way to do it. Put my YouTube stamp of approval on it. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, see you next time. I got a lane. Started sounding cool. I think it might be a Roadrunner. It's a quail.